Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time, I know. And I'm glad to share another one of a very special content for me. A video to commemorate my very special day. Celebrating 30 years of my life in this world. On last October 16th, I went to Belitung Island, one of the islands in Indonesia. I went there by myself. I decided to do a solo birthday trip. Without my mom, without anybody else. I know that some of you might raise your brow. Why spend my birthday alone far away from my family and friends? Well, because from my past experiences, I learned something. As a person who tends to listen to what other people think about me, yep, you heard that right. Of all the days in my life, I love to do it on my birthday. So this is why I wanted to just refocus my mind and my heart by spending my birthday with the person who loves me the most. My best friend, my creator, my God. Rather than reminding myself and counting how many things I haven't achieved or gotten in my life, I'd rather spend a day being grateful for everything my God has blessed me with in this past 30 years. And for that to happen, I need to shut out all the voices from this world, even from the people closest to me, and just be alone with my God. And that is why I flew away to an island 1 hour flight from Jakarta. So I started my birthday with my Alone with God session. I opened up this session by reading my daily devotional, which I didn't record. I intentionally picked a birthday-themed daily devotional plan from the Bible app since a week prior. That really prepared my heart for this special day. And then I proceeded with a birthday-themed Bible study to learn more about what God wants to tell me on my 30th birthday. By the way, I have to tell you this. I got these Bible study prompts from ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT to create the prompts a few days before this trip. I have to admit, it was really good. Who knew ChatGPT can bring us closer to God? Lastly, I closed this Alone with God session with a very long prayer. Yep, I'd rather cast all my anxieties in long teary prayers to my God. I was in a time crunch at this point, but still, I squeezed in a little quick workout to wake up my body since today is going to be full of swimming and walking. After my workout, I was already 15 minutes late for my island hopping private trip. At first, I wanted to do an open trip, but after contacting a few travel agencies, they all said that they only have open trip on Saturdays and Sundays. On any other days, discounted private trip, which then they charged me twice or even triple the price of the open trip. And so I got this boat from my hotel. They gave me a really good price, including a big seafood lunch at the end of the trip. I was excited to do this one ever since I picked my birthday trip destination. Based on Gary Thomas' Sacred Pathways book, I realized I'm a naturalist, a person who feels closest to God through witnessing the wonder and beauty of nature. I can't stop praising God with my mouth or in my mind every time I see a gorgeous crystal clear blue water, cute fish and other marine creatures, the colorful reef, the sound of waves crashing, the warm wind that brushes my skin, and the beautiful sunset. After stopping and taking pictures at our first stop, which was Batu Garuda Island, we moved to the second stop, Batu Berlayar Island. Look at the big boulders here! The whole time I was circling around this tiny island that only shows up when it's low tide, my head kept repeating the same question over and over again. Who put the boulders here if not God? How could these huge rocks end up here? Suddenly, I realized something. If God could make something seemingly lifeless and insignificant like this small island so beautiful and full of wonder, imagine how much more amazing He can make my life, His beloved daughter. Third stop, Lengkuas Island. On this island, we can see a historical lighthouse and more stacks of boulders. Look at that stack behind me. This kinda reminds me of Pride Rock in The Lion King. Cool, right? Another cool thing about this island is its tidal pools. I decided to take a dip in one to cool down my body under the scorching hot sun. Ooh, it felt so nice. Thank God the water was clear and warm. I kinda felt like a goddess in those mystical movies. You know what I mean, right? Oh look! Some cute little fish came to say hi! On our way to the fourth stop, I could see thick dark clouds forming far away. Stay away from me! At least until my island hopping trip is done, please. and I arrived at the snorkeling spot. Even though the thick cloud was already coming my way, but I didn't care. I still took my time freediving there. Even though it was already pretty cloudy above, but thank God the visibility was still good under the water. Let me show you what marine life in Belitung looks like. The reefs are not colorful, but they still look pretty. This one looks like a flower. Oh, anemones! Hello, Nemo! This is a giant flower, I would like to call. Not forgetting to take out my snorkel before I free dive again. See, it's not that colorful, but it still looks pretty. Do you know what I mean? Like, cool, right? Feels like I'm floating on a garden. A sea garden. Some branch-like thingy. Ooh, what is this? Interesting. Suddenly, another random guy offered to record me, and look at this footage. I look cool, don't I? Ooh, it feels so relaxing just gliding in the water. A stripy fish. More of these sea branches. Yellow one, brown one, white one. Is that a sea pine? What about this? Purple flower. Purple, yeah. Okay. What about this? It looks like candy. You see, you don't see something like this on the surface. Ariel was so ungrateful, I'm telling you guys. Ooh, look at that yellow floral rug. Do you guys know that diving in the ocean is all about self-control from touching any of these exotic things? A school of fish! Run away from me. One thing that I noticed, the boulders are not just on the surface, but even under the water. There's yellow boulder, orange boulder, white boulder. This is why I love freediving. I can just look at them super closely. And I'm showing this to you guys. By this time, nobody else left beside me. I was just alone in the ocean with my guide waiting for me on the boat. And I decided to circle around the boulders. You guys can see the difference between when I first jumped into the water and now, right? It looked a lot darker now. That kind of made me feel paranoid. Just making sure nothing's behind me. Last spin before I went back to the boat. Look at these details of how God created these things. Everything is so intentional and pretty in their own way. When I went back to the surface, the sky was already so dark, storm was coming in. So I called my guide to pick me up because my boat was all the way there and I'm not swimming all the way there. Look at the clouds. That was scary, right? Thank God it had not started raining yet. I'm gonna close my snorkeling segment with the coolest footage I got that day. All those hours and money I spent on my freediving course was finally paid off. I felt like a mermaid. Look at that. Let's do some freestyling. I feel the freest when I'm gliding in the water. My boat arrived, and it was time for me to get off the water. And then it started raining so hard. We couldn't even see what was ahead of us. But since the day was already perfect, I saw that rain as another blessing, and I enjoyed every drop of the rain. At one point, I felt kind of worried. The storm was scary. Then I finally put on my life jacket and my sunglasses to protect my eyes from the water. And there we can see our last stop, which was the island where I had my big seafood lunch. Let's have lunch! And this was my view from my dining table, staring at the ocean while it was pouring hard. This was my lunch. I got my rice, my vegetables, fried prawns, and a grilled fish, and my already finished lime juice. At the end of the day, I felt so grateful that God had blessed me the best birthday ever. And it was all because I was alone with God.